Hello and welcome back. It's your boy Tito, and today we're going to look at another episode of Heroes of Camelot. Uh, as promised in one of the previous videos, I wanted to take a look at a particular feature of the game, and that is the summoning feature. It's not currently available right now, but you have the option of summoning with charms, like you can see here, which you get through questing and other types of low-level rewards. But as you can see, they only net you 4 stars and below, and those 4 stars are very rare and they come far and few between. So the next part is you want to use summon stones. Summon stones are a bit more rare to come by. If you go down here to the shop, you'll see GAEA charges, what is it? 210 gems for one summon stone. That's pretty ridiculous. And that's something that today I'm going to show you how to farm these stones so you don't have to pay that kind of money, because that's just plain ridiculous. And so the principle behind what we want to do today as far as farming summon stones is coming down here to upgrade. And I mentioned this in a previous video. You go to upgrade, you go down to sacrifice, and this is where I talked about in the evolution guide where you can extract cards. You can see I have a tier 4 Blighted Rhiannon, just 4 carded. So if I go here to the extract and drag it over, it'll cost me 840,000 gold, which if you're starting out as a new player, even if you're a player like me, that's a lot of gold. But you will get 4 cards back. And so that's a really good way is if you imperfectly evolve a card just because you need to get stronger, or you are you did it before and you didn't know how, you didn't really know what you were doing, but you watched a guide like mine and learned that you want to do it right, so you can extract it that way. But actually what I really want to talk about is the sacrifice function. If you see here, I'm going to drag over this tier 4 Blighted Rhiannon, and in the sacrifice option you'll see that if I drag it over, it's tier 4, it'll give you 88 summon stones. 88 summon stones, that's quite a bit. However, there's one drawback to this, and that is, as you can see right here, there's a cooldown. There's an 11-hour cooldown. It's actually 12. I sacrificed one about an hour ago, and so it's every 12 hours you can sacrifice a tier 4 and get 88 stones. Now, let's see what happens when you sacrifice a tier 1 card, right? So we're going to bring this over. You see 44 stones. So it would make sense if there was no cooldown to just consistently sacrifice tier 1 cards, because they're easier to get. You don't have to evolve and farm 4 to evolve into 1 to get the 88 stones, so it'd be easy. But because we have that 12-hour cooldown, it means that if you're going to maximize your ability to farm stones, then you should farm, at least try to farm, 8 cards a day, because that will give you 4 cards that you need for the evolution, and then you do that twice every 12 hours, which is within the 24-hour period. Now, so where do you get this? How do you do this process? All right, well, I'm going to take you through that. So first thing you want to do is go to quest, right? You go to quest in normal mode. Where we're going is City 4, Titangale. Now, a lot of people like to go over here to City 1, to Avalon, and they farm the Wandering Boss there, which is the Black Knight who drops Krampus, the 7-star card Krampus. I don't like that because, a lot of this is based on how much stamina you're spending and mana you're spending. And so, it only costs, 2 or 3 mana, or, stamina and mana to farm it. Here, Titangale, it costs 6 stamina, which means you have a greater chance of running into the boss. And so basically what you want to do is come in here to Zone 18. So it's City 4, Titangale, Zone 18, Uther's Gorge, and you kind of come here and you're just going to quest. All right, you're just going to quest. You're going to get lots of hounds. Lots of I don't know what this card is. The middle card is the Kelpie, and then a porcupine. But if you notice something else that's very interesting about this is every time I quest, I get 45 XP. Now, there's a 20,000 XP cap a day. But if you get 45 XP, that's, every 2 times you quest, every 12 stamina, you're getting 100 experience. So it's actually the best place in the game to farm experience too. So that's why I like this too, is because it helps you level up fast. Now, there's, unlike other games where there might be drawbacks or whatnot to leveling up too quickly. There isn't anything like that here. Some of your best rewards from leveling up come at the higher levels. I think at level 100 you get 1,000 gems, which is really spectacular, especially if you're going on the free-to-play method. So so coming back here, so yeah, the 45 experience is really nice. You get decent gold, not that great, but if you're starting out, you need something new. You get a lot of feeder cards through this process. You get the hounds, the kelpie, and the porcupine that you can use to help level up your cards. Something else that comes around later that oh, here we go. This is what we're looking for right here. So we get the wandering boss, which for this area is blighted Rhiannon, right? So then we're gonna click over here, and I'll talk about this principle here. But this is my farming deck, right? This right here with the Sapphire Dragon, a very low mana cost, but we're gonna go ahead and fight. So I don't have to see how this goes. I can just skip it. I know I'm gonna beat her. And look at that. I got 25 experience, 160 gold, 25 summon charms. That's where you get these charms, from questing, random questing drops, and boss drops. And then I got, an arena ticket. So not what, I'm really looking for, but it's all right. That's the whole principle of farming, is you got to do a lot to get a little. And so that's what we're doing right now. The other nice thing about this area is if you look at the drop rewards, occasionally you'll see that there'll be like a little stamina pot or a little mana pot that pops up. And actually what that is it's plus 20. So in this area, whenever you get that proc, right, essentially you're getting 20, since you're spending 6, you're getting 14 stamina and 20 mana back, right? So, I mean, that's a good way to get sustain. Now, for me, where I'm at now, using stamina pots isn't a big deal, right? Because I can do that fairly easily. So there we go right there. What you just saw there is that plus 20 for stamina. Okay, here we go. Another boss drop. Let's see if we can't go over to farming deck this way and skip it. Let's see if we can get a card drop. Nope, no boss card drop. So, but I will say this. At least, okay, there's another mana plus 20, which is really nice. I will say something about this that is really neat is that, it takes a while, yeah, but like I was saying about the pots, is, I'm at a point now in the game where through doing arenas, doing the weekly arenas and being able to max out those tiers, I'm able to actually take a net plus, a net positive in the amount of pots I get per week. So, spending, 30, 50 pots right here, trying to farm Rhiannon's, isn't a big deal, right? But if you're starting out and you're a new player and you're struggling for that, you don't have a really mana effective team to farm the boss, yeah, this probably isn't something that you're wanting to spend a lot of pots on. You want to save those, right? Especially the normal pots, because those are a lot harder to come by. So, it's not something that, you need to really worry about. Just farm as much as you can. And you'll get there eventually. That's enough of that. I'll come back. I'll show you what we're going to do. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today. I have to break this episode up into 2 parts. The second part will be uploaded here shortly. I'm going to be talking about it there. How we have to have a mana efficient party when we're going into it, and how to build that, what to look for, and we're gonna finish wrapping up talking about the farming process. So thank you for tuning in, and this is Tito, and have a good afternoon.